Good morning, guys. To get a financial advisor or not, that is the biggest question here. Well, one thing is for sure, getting one could be helpful because they are experts in managing your money. Now, Shannon Garrett is a financial advisor here at Edward Jones, and she says that the biggest misconception of getting a financial advisor is that they cost a lot of money. She encourages everyone to consider sitting down with an advisor to see if it's the right fit. If you feel that you can't handle your own money, she says that an advisor can help you reach your financial goals.
Questionnaire. We look at what their goals are, and then we kind of it's a multi-step process where we're trying to make a plan for them to achieve their long-term goals.
Good morning. The Salvation Army is providing love through a new initiative recently launched in February that's helping families through hardships and challenges. It's called Love Beyond Late Bills. This is Captain Jason Moore. He says that as long as the need is there, the Salvation Army helps get Southeast Texans back on their feet.
You want to really, truly just about, letting people know that, we're here for you. We know that the bills are mounting, and we know that people are trying to figure out, okay, which bills do I pay, which has priority. And so we try to, help with that. We know that people need a place to live. And so if we can help with rental assistance, and then we take that out of the equation.
The United States Census Bureau says that based on a 2020 survey, roughly 14% of Texans live in poverty. Close to 13% live at the poverty level in the U.S. Tiffany and Latoya are two recipients who praise the program.
I needed a place to stay, and they helped me out.
Tiffany says she's thankfully not swamped with bills, but she does need the rental assistance.
Shelter for now but when they get their funds in, they will help me try to get a pay for the deposit and maybe the first month's rent.
Latoya lived here at the shelter until her assistance came in. Her reaction?
What did that feel like for you? Oh, it was exciting. It was exciting.
It was priceless.
And when I stayed 2 weeks, they gave me the application. I filled out the application. I was approved. And I found my house. They paid the first month's rent. And I found a 3-bedroom house.
So, if you've fallen behind on your bills or at risk of losing your home, caseworker Elizabeth Rodriguez says the love is just a phone call away. Love beyond late bills, love beyond shelter, and love beyond disasters.
Come to see me. I love you. You're my brother, sister in Christ, and we're here to help you with whatever it is that you might need. And if not, we can try and find you what help that you might need.
To learn more about Love Beyond Late Bills or to apply for assistance, go to your local Salvation Army and set up an appointment with a caseworker to get you all set up. I'm live in Beaumont, Kara Willis, 12 News. The two bills are headed to the U.S. Senate after passing the House last night. The two aiming to help families get their hands on the formula that they need. That bill is called the Defense Production Act. The goal? To force companies to prioritize formula production. That includes shipping necessary supply from overseas.
I expected my team to do everything possible to ensure there's enough safe baby formula and that it's quickly reaching families that need it the most.
Congress passed two bills. The Access to Baby Formula Act will help low-income moms, infants, and children. The Biden administration says that they urge states to increase WIC flexibility. The second bill will send $28 million to the FDA to help boost the supply of formula in hopes of preventing another shortage crisis. What's next? The bills are headed to the Senate. However, Biden wants next steps to be put in place more immediately.
This Production Act gives the government the ability to require suppliers to direct needed resources to infant formula manufacturers before any other customer who may have ordered that good.
Today, and as far as a timeline coming up, I'll tell you what an estimated timeline could be of when this could go into effect. I'm live in Beaumont, Kara Willis, 12 News. The Port Arthur Fire Department says with the warmer temps comes more fires, but prevention should be top of mind year-round. We've heard of wildfires all over Texas in the last month. Here in Southeast Texas, we're fortunate to not have seen one in years. Chief Greg Benson is the fire chief for the Port Arthur Fire Department. He says wildfires in our area happen more in the fall, but that doesn't mean your guard should be down.
Don't let grass or weeds or bushes or trees overgrow your house, because if they catch on fire, then your house will catch on fire.
But that's not the only concern. Fire Marshal Paul Washburn says open burning or burning trash can be a safety hazard. So here's what to keep in mind. Citizens can burn recreational fires. Think about the fire you burn for your chimney or barbecue pit. But open burning, like burning trash, is not allowed and can even cost you a fine.
Increased during the summer months, probably around 5 or 6 calls a month on involving some kind of outdoor burning that's not really allowed, or the smoke is bothering the neighbor.
When in doubt of the rules, Chief Benson says the fire department is only a phone call away.
If they have a question, they can reach out to get that question answered, which will ultimately make them and the community safer by making informed decisions rather.
Port Arthur has city regulations that can lead to a citation if you don't follow fire guidelines. In Port Arthur, Kara Willis, 12 News. Pastor Demo Moffett is the pastor here at the Orange Church of God Embassy of Grace, but he's not just focusing on growing this congregation. He's also working to bridge the gap here in Southeast Texas.
There are those who
Pastor Demo has a simple vision for his church, a real church for real people. He became the pastor of this church in 2010, and for the last 12 years, he's been devoted to one thing.
We're about serving. We're not concerned so much with a theatric. Thank you. And so what God had in store for this location was predestined before I was even born. So it's about what God intended for this particular location that makes it very valuable and important to the community.
Community outreach is important to Pastor Demo, and Orange Church of God Embassy of Grace has been a source of support for the community. It's a place where people can celebrate spiritual milestones, but also turn to in times of need.
Tragedy brings us together. When tragedy hits, we get unified. Well, how much more powerful will our communities be during times when it's not a tragedy, that we can still practice that unity? And we have to get over our fears.
And as outreach goes beyond members of the church, all are welcome. That's Pastor Demo's message. And as Black History Month comes to a close, he wants everyone to remember that message. All are welcome.
And I believe, again, through education and through working together, one of the things that I believe will help to reduce the racism is that as we begin to work together, then we get to know people for who they are in our area.
Moffett is putting his words into action. He is hosting a number of outreach events: hurricane relief support, substance abuse help, domestic violence intervention, parenting classes, food for families in need, a reading program for the youth. He's committed to his community, making it better for everyone.
We're growing. The shift has been made. It's happening. But it takes some folks who are willing to stand up and fight, because we're going to have some challenges. We don't have all the gifts in the house, but what we have, we offer.
Kara Willis, 12 News.